Hey again, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is you're watching this or listening to this. It's Hanging with the Joneses. I'm Rashad.
I'm Kesha.
We're here to talk about life, love, and marriage. Life, love, and marriage again. And it's been, what episode is this, number 5?
Cinco. Hey, right in time for Cinco de Mayo.
How long was you waiting to say that?
I just thought of it off the dome.
Yeah, for my Mexican folks. So, also May the 4th. May the 4th be with you.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
I'm aware.
Are you? Are you
Yeah.
sure? Did you know it's May the 4th be with you tomorrow?
Yes.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
You hate Star Wars.
I do, but don't mean I didn't know that.
Good.
I knew it was 420 days. Don't mean I partake.
That we know of. Anyway.
Shut up.
So that's on tape. You hit me. Violence. Domestic violence.
Shut up. Go ahead.
Build up the case. Anyway, so how was your week? How was last week?
Last week was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I'm doing better at putting work-life balance. So when I'm at work, my homework, I take breaks now, which makes a world of difference.
That's good.
Yeah. How about you?
It was alright.
Was schoolwork hard?
Not really.
Being a teacher?
It's just making sure people are in their place and grading stuff. It's not that bad. It's annoying, if it more than anything. Mm-hmm. But I found a junk rope.
Here we go.
Somebody gave me a junk rope, so that was a blessing. I appreciate you.
Who? Tell me who. So
You already know who. I already told you.
I kind of figured someone knock on the door until take it back.
Oh.
Sorry, ram the door now.
Nah, you know where they live, so that's gonna work. But I do all seriousness though. Like, I need some running sneakers because
Here we go.
Because I don't have
be Jordans running sneakers.
No. Like just just some
you
sneakers.
You can't even say that with a straight face.
Specifically for running, like
you lie.
listen.
Do you see? He can't even say it with a straight face because Rashad is lying. He said that when Jordans are coming out.
I only have lifestyle sneakers. I don't have sneakers to really work out in. Like, legit, I don't.
If I can take you on the walk on this closet with his sneakers, he took over a whole closet just for his sneakers, and he needs more. Okay.
To work out in. They hurt my feet, so I need other sneakers to run in. Like,
why you lie?
Like, that's a whole category for running. Like, you need running.
Another pair from that closet.
I did. No, I need running sneakers.
No, and pick the other ones that you needed running sneakers for at that time.
Those are been gone. So I just want you to know that. I just want you to know that I'll be purchasing some sneakers in the very near future.
What he's telling me is expect the door to be on. The doorbell to ring, and there's a UPS postal service.
I haven't done that. It was. I mean, think about yesterday. Think about yesterday. The 5s came out yesterday. I did not buy them.
That I know of yet.
I didn't.
That I know.
Don't do that, yo. I did not.
Let me look in the trunk. Not usually it's the woman who hides stuff. It's him. He hides stuff.
Why'd you try to low-key call me a woman?
Gender roles goes right into
marital roles. Before I get upset and leave. What are we talking about today, Kesha?
Gender roles or marital roles, as you call it. Marital roles, right?
Yeah, because we're in a marriage.
Right. Your gender can make up the roles you're supposed to do in your marriage.
Supposedly.
But it could.
Okay.
Right. So I was talking. I remember when we first got married, there was a lot of older women came to me and told me what my role as a wife was supposed to be. And I'm just like, it was like, I didn't sign up to have another child. Because the roles was like,
wow.
It was like that. Like the only thing he had to do was show up. And I had to do everything else. And I had to be thankful that he showed up. And I'm like, this is the reason in the beginning, like, I was hesitant by getting married. Younger years, I was hesitant. Because I'm like, if I got to do all this, I got a father. My father take care of me. So why I got to do this? Why I got to do this? And there was some people who like absolutely right. You know, when we used to go in Pam's shop, no matter what, you was 0 to 100, you got it. You know, they had words for you, and they were absolutely right in a lot of stuff they said. But then there was some people where it was just everything. It's like even down to like my role was to pick out his clothes, and I'm like, what? So how has he been doing it all this time? But before we got married, why is it my role now? And it used to make me upset because times they people and usually women would see him with our daughters, they're like, "Oh, you're such a good father." Why? And not to say Rashad is, you know you're a good father, but the criteria for him to be a father wasn't the same as being a good mother. Only thing that was required of him was to have the children. With me, it was like, well, it's the reason I'm not there because usually I was working.
Right.
So that used to really bother me, and it was just so many expectation. Like every time someone was coming up to me, it's like, well, you know, you're supposed to do this, you know, and I'm like, where did you get this from? Like, who told you? And I don't know if it's a Southern thing or it's a New York. I mean, is it an age thing? But I just couldn't go into those. Like, only thing Rashad had to do, according to some people, was to be there. And I remember even we'll go out to eat. Let's say we going to a barbecue or whatever. And it was expected, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was expected for me to, like, it was 5 of us now. It's expected for me to go and make his meal, then get back online, wait again to make the children's meal, and then make mine. And I'm like, well, I guess I would never eat then, because if I have to get online and make each person meal, what is he doing? Why can't he? And if he was like, you eating before him, or you didn't make his plate first, why do I have to make your plate first? Like, why can't we do this, especially with children? Why can't we do this together? Like, why do I have to stay on this line each time to make each of your plates, and then I eat last? Especially, like, when I was pregnant or bed rest and nursing. And that was really, and I'm sure it's still like that. We just all don't assign. Now, our rules is quite different. Let's say we go into a cookout. We both get online, and whoever, no, if we have an older child now, she can get her own stuff. The middle child, and we'll maybe take turns with the youngest. Or one of us would eat, like, put combined plates, you know, like put her stuff in our plate, and she'll just eat off our plate too. We don't do that?
No.
We used to.
No.
Yes, we have. Okay, you haven't. Okay, I have.
I just get everybody's stuff.
Now, but when they was younger, like whoever was the youngest, especially when they was like
yeah, they
2,
was, yeah.
3,
I mean, but
4,
yeah, like I feel what you're saying, but like even with that, like most of the time, like you don't really, you don't have to get stuff. Mm-hmm. Like usually I'm getting it for you.
Yeah, but I was saying the roles was expected, and
yeah, definitely.
Looked at and was even like low key chastised because why aren't you doing? And it was like, okay, y'all want me. It was literally like, I'm human. I cannot do everything. I can't work all these hours and then be there, and I'm supposed to serve and supposed to be. You know, it was like it was too much. Like, I'm human.
Like it was like it was unrealistic.
It was unrealistic. And especially when you go through trials, like when I'm pregnant and being on bed rest, I'm still expected to do this, and especially pick out your clothes. Like, come on now.
It's ridiculous.
Like, and then remember when I did, when we did the whole, I stayed at home, you didn't like none of it. When I was doing stuff like that.
No.
You didn't like none of it.
No.
I was like, let me iron your clothes. He went, nah, I'm good. So I was gonna say we have to kind of find out what roles works for us.
Yeah, and then like on top of that, like you also have to remember, like how you were reared plays into that a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot of that women's work stuff that I guess like the generation before and like our grandparents' generation, like the stuff that they would talk about. Or they would do like my mom was like, nah, you need to learn how to do all this stuff.
Right.
Because her reasoning was you're not going to need a woman to do this basic stuff for you.
I agree.
What her motivation was, I don't know. I never asked, to be honest. But I'm like 9 years old, just hearing a speech about you're gonna do all. I'm like I don't. no idea what you're talking about, Mom. I'm 9. You know what I'm
I wonder if
saying?
it's because it was required of her.
Yeah, or whatever. I don't know. But either way, like all that stuff, like iron clothes, washing dishes, washing clothes, learning how to cook, like all those like domestic things, like I knew how to do. So it really wasn't like a big deal for me.
And so in our marriage, Rashad, he pretty much, I guess you say the roles are reversed. He'll do the more of the, he does the cooking. I said it like every episode. You're more likely, he does iron. He does not, I don't iron. I would go off, let my clothes be wrinkled, say it'll fall off of my clothes fits. So you can't see a wrinkle. He doesn't iron. However, and you do anything dealing with a car. Anything dealing with a car, you do it. So that means I don't pump gas usually. You'll do that. Or what else? The garbage. The garbage. He takes out the garbage. Now for me, my role is Rashad doesn't do laundry. He hasn't did laundry in
21 years.
Yeah. Rashad doesn't. He does not clean at all. So if it's funny because what was it last week, the week before? I was like, Rashad, come on, we need to clean. You was like, what?
It's like clean. Like who?
Right.
Y'all?
And that's what he said. He was like, y'all. I was like, Rashad.
Did my job today.
Right.
Fed y'all.
Exactly.
Everybody ate and full and happy. I'm not cleaning no house.
And with me, I was always the one who worked multiple jobs. Because it was just with being in human surgery and social work, it was easier to get a job.
Yeah. Get a second job if you needed one.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the roles has been reversed. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I mean, I think most people like really, especially like older people, just really couldn't comprehend it. Mm-hmm. Like it was so like beyond their reasoning, and just because it wasn't a norm for them, like it had to be a problem, because like a lot of times we equate different as wrong. Mm-hmm. You know, like because somebody's different from us or they do things differently, like it has to be incorrect when it's just different.
Just different.
And
it doesn't mean what you was doing was ever right.
Nah, I mean, but of course, you know, if my family doing it, they gotta be right. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Which is like absurd in and of itself. But a lot of people just didn't understand, like, okay, I had to learn that you have to figure out what works for your relationship. Mm-hmm. And when we figure that out, it made things easier, because then, like, all right, I'm not really so concerned about what other people say, outside influences, or none of that nonsense. Like, especially after like the first couple months of marriage, like, we pretty much said, like, listen, we're not listening to nobody. Mm-hmm. And we're just going to have to figure this out for ourselves, because I'm not going to have everybody else's ideas mm-hmm. of marriage and relationships and how things should go be the constant of our marriage. Like, that's not fair to us. We got to figure this out.
And since we have all girls, I would say most of the roles of the girls are mine, because they're all girls. Like, some things a dad can't teach a girl.
Definitely.
To be a woman. So kind of most of that part is on me. But listen, when they're younger, like under age was 6, 7, I'm the primary one that's teaching them. Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of teaching the basics, ABCs, whatever. I'm teaching the basics, and then when they get older, when they start getting into that kind of math and trigonometry and algebra and calculus, Rashad switches over then.
Yeah, because like I said last episode, like I can't, like, me and little kids don't get along when it comes to teaching. So that was not that, even though I had him more early on, but like it was rough for me. I don't have the patience for it. Mm-hmm. And it's also it's okay to not be able to do a thing. Mm-hmm. I think that part of marriage, the collaboration and the partnership aspects of it is kind of lost when you have one partner who wants to do all the things mm-hmm. and acts as if the other partner can't do anything or doesn't do anything correctly or right. And
it's discouraging.
Yeah.
Like, I felt so burdened down. I'm like, why the expectations or for me to jump through hoops. The only thing you need to do is to show up.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that comes from just what it was. I mean, think about it back then. The measure of a man, and this goes into more gender roles. The measure of a man was strictly based on providing. Mm-hmm. So, if a man was able to come and make sure that his family had a place to stay, food, clothing, shelter. You know what I'm saying? Those Maslow hierarchy needs were met. Then that was it.
Right.
Nothing else was really required. They like the requirement of a man to be emotionally.
Have an emotional intelligence.
Yeah. Emotional intelligence, or just be emotionally available for his children. That was not a thing.
It wasn't.
Like, it wasn't required for you to be able to communicate your feelings and be able to articulate how you're feeling in the moment, or how something made you feel, or what it is you expect. None of those things like that. That wasn't a thing, you know. And it almost takes, like, especially back then, it would take a man almost on his deathbed to be honest about how they felt about about things and children, relationships, and people that they love, because they knew they had no other time to explain to the people that they love them, which I think is sad that that had to be, like, that was the constructs. And especially, like, now, like, we can, to a certain degree, have allowed to be more emotionally intelligent, like you just said, and those old regimes of thinking are starting to be torn down, because being bottled up like that and not being able to express how you feel, it's more dangerous than it is, I got to keep this thing up, keep it going, and it's not healthy at all.
And I think having those traditional gender roles, it just made it unhealthy.
Yeah.
Because anytime, usually the woman couldn't carry out her part, it's like it gave a man an excuse to do whatever, or to step out, or to not provide, or whatever.
Yeah.
And especially when you say in our economy, a lot of people, both partners are working, so you can't expect me to work and plus do all the extra stuff too. You know what I mean? It's like, that's just not realistic. Humanly, that's not. I'm a human, and especially with pregnancy, I'm like, I'm having a hard time walking.
Yeah, the amount of fairness that goes into actually have, okay, when seeing how when we actually began to have our roles established, that's when things actually start to become easier for us in regards to what we had to do.
Yeah.
So when I figured out, like, Kesha ain't gonna cook for real, I gotta cook. Cool, I cook. I enjoy cooking, so that wasn't a huge thing. Also realized when we in the car together, Kesha's not gonna drive unless I'm dying. So I already know that I'm have to drive.
But say the flip side, either you don't really believe in females driving.
Yeah, not a lot. It would have to be something to be wrong with me. I just don't feel like doing it. You know what I'm saying? Which is, like, very rare.
Yeah.
What else? Like, when you figured out that I wasn't gonna be doing a bunch of cleaning, you said, I guess I'll clean.
Yeah.
You know.
And I didn't mind it. I used to get up before my healing process. I used to get up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, turn my music, and when they wake up, this house was clean. I really didn't mind it until when things changed and I couldn't do that no more.
Yeah, that, and what else? Like, even when it comes to, like, dealing with, like, especially if you have children, you need to find out what your role is going to be for your kid. Like, even if it's something like, well, like, I got him in the morning, you get him in the evening, or, like, however, whatever works whatever works for you all is going to work for you all. So, and, like, that, when you have those established roles, that's when things get easier. The hard part comes when somebody doesn't want to do their established role anymore, or there has to be a change in roles.
Even I think when we had children, I nursed, so I had to get up. It wasn't. But even I can remember sometimes, like, we there and it's like, Keisha, the baby crying. but her daddy's beside her. Give her to her father.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So certain things with Sean, you work good with the children. He'll let me sleep when I need to sleep. But unfortunately, because of, but the second child, I didn't produce as much milk. So usually when it was time to eat, you usually had to wake me up. Or sometimes he just put her up there while I'm asleep. Wake up like, how she get up here? But sometimes she so the roles like that. But usually sometimes you like if you have enough bottles pumped, I'll get up with her through the night.
Yeah.
So you were good, and when they were that young with kids, I didn't feel like it was much on me. And then eventually, for some reason, on maternity leave, they had for me to go back and work at 6 weeks and gave him 12 weeks. I don't understand that. I had the child, so I'm going back earlier than the father.
Yeah.
So he took on the majority of the role because I went back to work.
Yep.
I still don't get that.
I didn't get it either, but I
took it.
I accepted it. Sure. Yeah, that was fun times.
I bet. So with the roles, we had to kind of find them out for ourselves. You know, a lot of people had a lot of suggestions, but it didn't work for us.
Nah, and that's what I tell like anybody like my dad told me a long time ago. Like he said, I don't give advice, I give options, and I kind of live by that because what I say may not work for you, so you got to figure out your own thing. Like, don't come to me tell me, oh man, like I tried to listen to you, it didn't work. Well, that's your fault because I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you options of what I've done or I've seen other people do.
You know what was hard for me, and this is gonna seem like the smallest. You all opening doors. You and your father, anytime I was with you, y'all opening doors. And I said, they used to get chastised because I'm used to, if I'm in front and I walk in front, I'm opening the door like everybody. And they, what you doing in the front? That was a hard thing for me to kind of swallow.
Yeah, I mean, because it was like, because for us, and for me, it was more or less a respect thing for women. Like, you don't just slam the door in a girl's face. Like, you need to open the door. Someone's behind you. So that was kind of like, that's what that was. And then you know what I'm saying? You just, of course, the way you were reared, like, I'm just an independent woman. Or like, you know, I can do this on my own.
I can hold my own door.
Yeah. Like, shut up, yo. Like, open the door for you. Stop being so stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like it's again like how you were reared plays a lot into how your norms. Yeah, and your norms and those roles that you want to play, or you feel like I don't have to. I can do this by myself. But we a team. Like, why would you want to do this by yourself?
Oh, that was a thing a lot.
Yeah.
You used to tell me that a lot.
Like, why would you want to do this by yourself? And it's us. Like, I don't like.
He says like you're not a single mom. I'm here. We can do this together. He said tell me that a lot. I think you did. I can't remember the situation. Probably every day. And going back to the door is nice and it's funny to me that even with our girls, we all just sit at the door
and wait. Just wait.
And wait.
Yeah.
For him to come, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this was just so not. It was definitely because of you. Your role.
Yeah.
The role he's supposed to walk out first, and even like come in the house, you usually go unlock the door first. And then you open it for the rest of us.
Yep.
That's a good while to get used to.
Yeah, so you know, it's interesting how you fall into those roles and then you get comfortable with those roles as well.
Yes, because even the opening door, I get offended if another, especially black male, don't hold the door open. I get offended. I'm like, what? They seem. I'm like, well, not everyone was reared the same.
Nah, and everybody don't care the same.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting, and I'm thinking like maybe the past year or so, how like where our marriages has shifted, like our roles. Okay, even like back when 7, 8 years ago, you had total control of the money. Mm-hmm. And then you was like, I can't do this no more. Mm-hmm. And I had to take over. Mm-hmm. And like now I'm like, I don't want to do this no more. and I'm slowly shifting everything back to you.
Somebody that's tag team.
Yeah.
We do. Would you say that? I say we do it more together now.
Yeah, which is hard for me because that's not how I think about stuff like that. But it's we definitely have been better, doing a better job of doing this together. Mm-hmm. Because now that we both know that this is our role, it's not like my role or your role. We gotta. Yeah. It's a we thing. So it makes more sense in my mind.
It does. But it was. But think about it, the journey to knowing that role, our roles. It was like learning new skills. Like, oh no, that doesn't work for me. Oh, let me try this. Okay, no, this feels kind of good, but it's not typical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and even I say people gotta be careful when they giving out advice, because you don't know how much that can really tear somebody down. When you call it encouraging, it's really discouraging. Yeah,
because like especially like people that are younger are very impressionable, and you got somebody who's maybe been married 20, 30 years, and they're like, oh my God, like they still doing it, but like really, their marriage could be some garbage, and just because you see this facade of we got it going on or we're really together. Behind closed doors, it may be an entire mess. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, again, that's why I don't be out here trying to give advice. Yeah.
and look, it's not like I asked for it either. It was just
it's just people just be volunteering.
Just volunteering. It's
I don't
didn't even ask for this. And what to me it made it feel like what I wasn't doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like a bashing moment. Well, you should be doing this. You shouldn't be doing this. And I'm not sure that I don't think that was their intent, but that's the way it made me feel. Like, dang, and that message can make one as someone who's about to get married, who's already married, discouraged. Like, why do I need to get married?
Yeah, it just make you very insecure about what you know you're already doing that's right anyway, and having you second guessing and questioning stuff that you really shouldn't be. Yeah. It's a mess.
I mean, certain things, we don't explain it. Anyone's have coworkers, whatever, or even family members ask us, and it's like, this is what we do, and.
Oh yeah, that was my. Like I'm not about to sit here and explain what works for us. It works for us.
That's it.
You figure?
And we don't offer explanation.
No. What goes on in this household in regards to our marriage and what makes our marriage works is really our business. And anybody else, if somebody has a marriage and their marriage works for them and it's healthy and it's not abusive on any level, then who am I to say like, oh, like I wouldn't do that. Like, what? Yeah. Like, nothing to do with me. It's their marriage. I couldn't do it, but if that works for you, so be it.
Right.
Yeah, I hated that, yo. Like, don't. How can we do that? Yo.
That's not how it works. And even like when we go buy stuff, even like furniture, cars, or anything, I'm usually the negotiator, and you're the face. I'm better at, I guess, because I like, what do you call it? Not smart talking. Negotiating, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I'm usually better at it.
Yeah, I don't negotiate crap. Either you want to or you don't.
I'll negotiate a 2-cent hamburger. I'll negotiate. So I'm usually better, but he has to come with me. And used to say close the deal, because honestly, when they don't see a man face, they do try to take advantage.
Yeah.
So it's like when they see him, it kind of breaks down that door, and then usually I come in and negotiate the price.
Pretty much. It's a good example. And again, it's teamwork too, because we know our role. Yeah.
It's like I need to let them hear you call, let them hear your voice. And then when I'm going and say, okay, well, I did such and such, and I did my research, and this is the price, and that's how we go from there. That's how we kind of, we have done it before we was on this road, remember? Where I would call, get one price, you'll call and get a much lower price because you're a man. It was the same exact thing. We both asking for the same exact call, the same exact company, and they give you a different price because you're a man. So even with that, we have to know our role. He knows as me because being a man, sometimes they're willing to work with him, but I'm the one who kind of comes in and negotiate the price.
Yeah, because I hate talking on the phone to people about stuff.
And yeah, that's also my role. Like I kind of bring you options, negotiate companies or whatever, bring in options. We might even call around, then I give it to him, and he'll kind of finalize it.
Yeah. All the extemporaneous searching and talking? No, I'm not about that.
I never even thought about that. I do that.
You do that.
I never thought about that, honestly. I just do it.
You're always trying to hustle somebody out of some money.
It's called being a businesswoman.
Whatever, y'all.
It's called being a businesswoman.
Yeah.
That's that Harlem coming in.
Yeah.
That Unclaimed Fifth Street.
Yeah.
I give you for $3. No, give me for $2.
Let's get the shade with it and go home. You know what I'm saying?
But doesn't it work?
It definitely works. I don't like it, but it works.
So he definitely kind of like, Kesha, do what you do.
Oh, hurry up, yo. Let's make
Right,
sense.
exactly. And he'll literally whisper me, Kesha, go ahead and do what you do. Go ahead.
I know you. I know you want to do it. You're waiting 6 months to do this. Go ahead and do it. Go and get out your sisters. We can go on home.
So I know, and you when you know I'm about to go in, you're about to be like, oh, I'm about to find, I saw my discount coming along.
Let's back up.
Yup. That's what I'm saying. I look for Rashad. Rashad be in the back. Like, what happened? He's like, yeah, I know what you're about to do. And Rashad would literally walk off. And then I'm like, hey, Rashad, he said we can get such and such. Oh, okay. Oh, she said you can get such and such. Daggone what?
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's a good wrap on this one. Yeah.
So I would say just close it. You have to find out the roles that work for you. You can't listen to everyone. You have to learn which nugget is golden and which one you need to just throw away.
Yeah, man. This marriage thing is a process, and if you don't want to take it, you have to take the time to actually figure out what works for you. Yeah. If it's a traditional role that works for you,
that works.
So what? Do it.
Yeah.
If you guys got to do something that's a little more unorthodox to make your family click and work, try it out.
Do it.
You know what I'm saying? This marriage crap is a lot of trial and error.
You say crap.
I'm sorry. This marriage life is a lot of trial and error. So you gotta give yourself enough grace to actually be able to try again.
Don't try to measure up to anyone else.
Nah,
other than you and your partner.
Don't
try to measure up.
Don't comparison shop. I think that's the that right there, that'll get you in trouble. Do not compare on any level, because somebody is always gonna have one thing that's different, one thing that's not different, but you have to remember what it is that you actually appreciated from day one, and how you're going to build on that when things end up changing and rules shift.
True.
Yeah. So I think we're done here today. Episode 5, Hang with the Joneses. Marital roles.
Know your role.
Know your role. That's cute. Hope you guys have an awesome. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe. Definitely. And we'll be on all podcast platforms real soon. Working on that now. So, guys, have an awesome day.
All right. Thank you.